Hi folks, this is a brief message for all of my students and all of those out there who have expressed interest in the various teachings that I'm doing. This is the latest summary of what I'm going to be doing over the coming few months. Firstly, I've moved all of my teaching stuff and my book sales to another website. I could go into explaining why, but it's long and complicated. Just that it's tax reasons, okay? So stevejudd.co is for readings. Anything else, teaching, lectures, videos, books, is going to be at, you're going to love this one, www.astrobabbleproductions.com. Right, all one word, astrobabbleproductions.com. But I'm not surprised to find that no one else had claimed that website name yet. So, starting this week, this is for people who have already done my beginner's course, and for those people out there who are already educated in the basics of astrology. This is not for beginners. I'm doing a 6-week session on intermediate astrology. This is going to be 6 75 to 90-minute sessions every Thursday evening at 5 p.m. UK time. The first one's going to be on astrocartography, the placing of a horoscope on a map of the world and the interpretation of this influence, showing the best and the worst places for things like career, relationship, residence. The second session on the 2nd of June will be looking at the influence of the asteroids in astrology, particularly that of Ceres, to a lesser extent Vesta, Juno, Pallas Athene, and some of my favourite minor asteroids as well. On the 9th of June, I'm going to be doing a lot of things that I just loosely call bits and pieces. Again, this is intermediate astrology. This is looking at the meaning of retrogrades, for example, big subject at the moment. The north and south nodes, what the void moon means, how midpoints work, what eclipses indicate in the birth chart, and the basics of birth time detection when you don't know your time of birth. On the 16th of June, I'm going to be looking at composite and synastry charts, the comparing of two charts against each other to see what buttons do and don't get pushed, regardless of the nature of the relationship, and how two charts work well or challenge each other, and the composite, the blending of two charts into one, making the chart of the relationship. On the 23rd of June, I'm going to be looking at the development of and history of medical astrology, and I'm going to be very careful about the way I phase that, but I'm going to be showing how through my experience and through the experience of other astrologers it's possible to be able to be quite clear about certain weaknesses in the body, certain and which planetary configurations are common in the charts of people who develop certain particular ailments. Should be a fascinating one, that. And finally, on the 30th of June, I'll be looking at stuff around transits and progressions, how to not so much forecast or predict, but how to specify certain times in the future and nominate certain areas in one's own chart and the charts of others as to which those times are most likely to affect, both for positive and for challenging. Now, after this, starting somewhere around mid-late July, I'm going to be running a 4-week specialist course for not so much students of astrology, but astrological practitioners. This is not about teaching astrology. That's in the beginners and the intermediate. It's about people who actually practice and who are just sort of 1, 2, 5, 10 years into practicing astrology. And it'll be with my sort of well over 40 years experience of practicing astrology. It'll be hints on how to interpret a birth chart and how to get the best out of it and how to help your client, friend, family member, whatever, get the best out of the service you provide for them. There will be also a one-time special workshop sometime in the next couple of months on the astrology of humour, where my regular students know I'm going to do this one, where I've got the horoscopes of about 60 to 80 famous comedians from the last 150 years. And I'm going to be looking at explaining how different types of humour are represented by different astrological patterns. And then come September, I'm going to start the whole thing again, but this time with a difference. I'm not going to do the beginner's course on the signs and houses of the zodiac the way I have before. I'm going to condense it. So there'll be 7 sessions in the first module: Aries, Libra, stroke 1-7 house, Taurus, Scorpio 2-8, Gemini, Sagittarius 3-9, Cancer, Capricorn 4-10, Aquarius, Leo 5-11, Virgo, Pisces 6-12. And before I do any of those 6, I'll be doing a workshop on the Sun, Moon, the Ascendant and the Midheaven, and the differences between them and what they individually mean in the chart, because a lot of people get messed up on the differences between those 4 most important points. Then at the end of the year, I'll be repeating the 9-week workshop on the individual planets and their meanings in the signs and houses of the zodiac. And at the start of next year, I'll be doing the aspects to each planet, as well as the aspects to the ascendant and the midheaven. Teaching astrology is beginning to take over. Well, not take over, it's beginning to go parallel and alongside the readings. So I will be slowly cutting back on the readings over the coming months. I'm not going to sort of say no to anyone. But the teaching and the writing of books is going to slowly take more and more of my time. Besides that, I'm an old age pensioner. I get my pension these days, which is kind of surreal. I'm a 21-year-old in a 66-year-old body. Part of me's still running around fields at festivals. And another part of me's going, oh, me back. Oh. So anyway, if you're interested, details will be on astrobabbleproductions.com, or you can email me direct at steve@stevejudd.co, and I'll send you all relevant information in an email. All right, folks, catch you later. Hope this was informative. Bye now.